This is the dawn of a new era in British karting. Over 550 drivers in 12 classes competing for victory over 18 race weekends. This is the Motorsport UK British Kart Championships. I'm Jake Sanson, and the final in Mini X30 is just around the bend. Earlier in the day, we caught up with 2019 race winner Theo Makuris and found out how making the journey from privateer to running in a top-level team has improved his racecraft.
Last year we were privateer in Honda, so this year being in the team, it was kind of getting used to it. It was quite different, but we're used to it now. It's really helpful as well, so it gives you more confidence when driving, and it kind of helps you know what to do at what times instead of kind of just going all by yourself, not really knowing what to do.
Makuris on pole position, Jess Edgar second from Alfie Rigby, Bart Harrison, Luke Watts, Oliver Greenall, Alfie Baxter Davies and Olivia Algieri. Engine revs rise. Is it going to be a clean start straight away? Should be. Looks pretty good as Makuris gets into the first corner first. They tighten through towards Cafe. Rigby's got a flyer. He's in a second position. Jess Edgar trying to hold off Watts and the 77 further back. A few of them squabbling as they bang wheels, but Bart Harrison and Luke Watts having a great little tussle for fourth position as they go down to the hairpin. And a really terrific squabble at the start of Mini X30, but it's Theo Makuris who heads the race from Alfie Rigby and Jessica Edgar. Then it's Watts and Harrison as they duel away for position. It looks as though Harrison has lost ground to Oliver Greenall. Oh, and there's a spin further back. Two of them have gone together. That is one of the, I think that's Aidan Line who has gone there together with one of the crop promotion drivers. I think it's Gabriel Stilp. We'll double check as they come through. But up at the front, it is Rigby who leads now in front of Makuris. So Rigby's got through. Makuris is second, then Jessica Edgar, then it's Oliver Greenall. He's up to fourth place now in front of Watts, Harrison. Seventh place is Ed Pearson, then it's Algieri, Bolton, Stilp, Brown, Russell, Baxter Davies and Parsons. So it's Antonio Sofronio who went with Aidan Line. The two of them have rejoined, but they've lost a lot of ground as Jess Edgar's now moved into second place on Theo Makuris. Onto the back of your race leader, Alfie Rigby. It's the Mini X30 final, so things are going to get pretty hairy as they go down through Hanger Corner, up towards Wilkins. Is there going to be a move made? Up the inside from Jessica Edgar, trying again to get through on Theo Makuris. A great little battle about to shake up as it crossed the line, and Rigby still leads. Makuris up to second now on the 17 of Jess Edgar. Greenall's got Harrison behind. Then it is Watts, and then Algieri, the 41 of Pearson and Dan Bolton, all in a massive freight train as they go down to the Stratford hairpin. Into the inside line. That's Edgar trying to get on the inside of Rigby, not managing to. Rigby now on the run for Theo Makuris as they go down to the Bruno chicane. Any moves in the pack? Not yet, as all of them together still stay in position. The 9 of them all in a line as they go down the hanger straight. Up the inside, that's Rigby past Makuris. Edgar's going to get the space as well. Is there enough room for Greenall to get through on the inside through Wilkins? Whatever at the front, it is Rigby who takes the lead. Second position now Edgar, and down to fourth goes, well, down to fifth actually goes Theo Makuris, because Greenall got through and so did Bart Harrison. Makuris down to fifth position. Then it's Olivia Algieri in front of the 41 of Ed Pearson. So a really exciting scrap. Dan Bolton and Luke Watts are still there. Watts again has had a bit of bad luck and drops now to ninth position. That is Edgar through. Rigby's down to fourth. The trio of Fusion Motorsport drivers have all got through past Rigby. Rigby sliding around in the Bruno chicane trying to get back up the order. But it's Edgar who leads, Greenall second, Harrison third, and now Oliver Greenall is going to try and make the move on Jessica Edgar into Wilkins, or are they going to try and stretch away? They come off the hairpin, back on the power, and over the line once again. Great battle at the front end of this field, but it's Jessica Edgar and Oliver Greenall battling away for the victory, and it's Edgar in front. Rigby's got back through on Harrison, so too is Theo Makuris. They are now third and fourth. Out of my commentary window at Cafe Corner, looking down to the hairpin, we can still see a great battle between the two teammates at Fusion. Edgar staying in front of Oliver Greenall for the moment. Then it is Rigby, Makuris, Harrison, Algieri, Pearson, Watts, Bolton and Stilp. Now, is there going to be a challenge from Makuris to get into third position past Rigby? He looks very clean down the Bruno chicane and onto the hanger straight once again. Looks as if he's got him dialed in. He's not quite going to go for the move yet. They've dropped a little way back from the two leaders, so it looks like they're going to join forces and work together until they catch them. Then it is every man for themselves again. And out in front, it is the lady racer Jessica Edgar, having had a great start to her weekend so far. She is now leading from Oliver Greenall. Jessica Edgar was the fastest in time qualifying, so she can be very rapid around this Shennington circuit. She may not say much in front of the cameras, but she does all her talking on the racetrack. And she's battling away with Greenall in second position. Third and fourth though, Rigby and Makuris are closing in. They've closed in as they go down the back straight once again. On the power, Oliver Greenall needing to sort things out behind Jessica Edgar, up towards Wilkins. Is there going to be a move up the inside? Not yet. Still early doors. It's a long race, 10.5 minutes to go, plus the additional lap. And at the baking sunshine of Shennington, that's really going to drain the tyres. They all know what's at stake. They know it's going to be a long race. They know it's going to be hard. They come off the hairpin, off the flick. And are we going to see a run into the hairpin, a change of lead? Is that Greenall through on the inside of Jessica Edgar? Yes, it is! And so Greenall gets through to the lead. Rigby's going to get through to second. Makuris is going to get through to third. Nothing that Jessica Edgar could do about that one except just let it happen and slot back into position in fourth. Now Bart Harrison's going to have a try, but he's too far back. So up to the lead has gone Greenall. Rigby second, Makuris third, Edgar fourth, and now Edgar's going to have another try on the back of Makuris, who goes towards Rigby. Greenall is there at the front. It looks as though they're going to get away with it for the moment as they come off the turn and down the main straight. Greenall, your leader. Rigby, Makuris, Edgar, Harrison. Great top five. Up to sixth has come Dan Bolton. Bags full of confidence after winning Final 2 at PFI a few weeks ago. And now he is there on the Mirror Arch for Jade Racing in sixth position, having a cracking race. Up to the hairpin, and on the inside, that's a change of lead. Rigby's through, Makuris is through, 1 and 2. So Greenall is going to be shunted down to fifth position in the momentum. So Edgar through to third, and fourth is Harrison, fifth is now Oliver Greenall. That's how quickly it can change. One move made for the lead, and the leader gets basically shunted down the order and has to then slot themselves back in and get back on the horse and push again. They come off the hairpin, back down the straight. Rigby leading. Makuris is going to try and get up on the inside line. Rigby holding that door firmly shut through Park Bend and on through Cafe. Bolton, Algeri and Watts have closed right up again. Ed Pearson struggling in ninth position to hang on to the back of the train, but still relatively there. As Rigby again holds the inside line for Makuris. Meanwhile, side by side, that's Watts getting through on Algeri. That's Watts getting through on Bolton, because Algeri's already got past Dan Bolton. So Algeri through to sixth, Watts through to seventh, Dan Bolton down to eighth position, with now in ninth, Ed Pearson trying to close down the gap. Makuris all over the back of Alfie Rigby in the braking zone for Wilkins. Not going to get the move done just yet. To get back onto the main straight. Is this going to be the opportunity that Rigby has been looking for to keep that door shut on Makuris? He holds it through Park Bend. No major lunge into Cafe. Still a very early doors race this. 8 minutes of this still to come before they even get the last lap board. They are pushing so hard out there, and the tyres will be wearing so much on this Shennington circuit. This is a really tough circuit to get right in terms of setup, in terms of pace. Pole position can be won here by hundredths of a second, as we've proven across the four classes here in time qualifying over the course of the last 2 days. Makuris still working with Rigby to try and stretch out a gap to the two drivers behind. Oliver Greenall, they're in third, fourth Bart Harrison, fifth Jessica Edgar. Jessica Edgar now struggling to deal with the man in sixth position. That's Olivia Algeri. The top four have broken clear though. Greenall and Harrison have worked together to get onto the back of Rigby and Makuris. So Alfie Rigby leads the race. Here goes Thea Makuris for a look up the inside of Rigby, and he's there. Oh, they've nudged each other. Rigby goes a little bit wide. Makuris through to the lead, but Greenall is already threatening to come by. And that's put Alfie Rigby down to fourth position. Fortunately for him, Edgar and Algeri are still battling away for fifth. So that's only put Rigby down to fourth, but he's got plenty of time to make up the ground again. Now Oliver Greenall has sussed it out. He's decided to go with Theo Makuris. They're trying to stretch out the lead. So Makuris is your leader. Greenall in second. Bart Harrison in third is still very close though, as Makuris holds the inside line. Defending at this early stage is it's tantamount to how tough it is to look after these tyres in these conditions. They will have put brand new sets on for this final, if they possibly can. And it's still ridiculously tough to get the grip. As up the inside, Jessica Edgar makes the move on Alfie Rigby. That's for 4th position, so Rigby down to 5th. Vulnerable to attack from Olivia Algieri. Then Dan Bolton and Luke Watts. That's 8th position. 9th is Ed Pearson, still trying to stay with them, but struggling for top-end grip at the moment. Struggling for top-end speed as well. They come off Wilkins, back on the power. Theo Makuris holds the lead, but he's going to get a massive amount of pressure from Oliver Greenall in this next lap. Greenall will want to put himself into a race-winning position. He doesn't need to take the lead to do that. He just needs to sit behind Makuris and get him to do all the hard work. So Greenall now making his advantage count up the inside. Will he make the move into the hairpin? No. Nicely handled from Theo Makuris. Copes with the pressure. Bart Harrison in 3rd position. Must be thinking this is a golden opportunity now for the victory. I know what I can get from this. He runs in behind Makuris and Greenall, ready to pounce. Edgar in 4th position. She's got Alfie Rigby right behind her. So let's see if there's going to be a change of the lead as Greenall still hustles Theo Makuris down the main straight. No change at the moment across the line. Now diving towards the inside, but again Theo Makuris holds that door shut. Meanwhile, Watts gets the move on Olivia Algieri. So Algieri unfortunately slips now down to 8th position at the expense of Luke Watts. Down to the braking zone for the Stratford hairpin, and Theo Makuris hanging on in front of the 2nd place driver. Oliver Greenall still giving him plenty of hassle, plenty of aggro. They come off the turn, back on the power, down the hanger straight. And this is going to get pretty spicy for Oliver Greenall in 2nd position to go for Theo Makuris down to Wilkins. He still wants to keep pushing away. Alfie Rigby, by the way, has got past Jessica Edgar for 4th position. So a nice bit of racing between those two. And Alfie Rigby has now got back into P4. So Makuris in front of Greenall, then Bart Harrison, then it's Rigby, Edgar, Bolton, Watts, Algieri, Pearson. Then in 10th place, that is Alfie Baxter Davies in front of Gabriel Stilp, Evan Brown, Aidan Lyons, Sofronio, Russell and Ashton Parsons. So Makuris still leads the race, still holding the advantage, holding all of the cards to Oliver Greenall at the moment. Bart Harrison sat there in 3rd position, needs to stay hungry. If anything happens with these two, he can snatch the victory. So Greenall still edging away with Theo Makuris. They need to keep this gap rising because they know that in the last couple of laps it's going to be absolutely monumental, the battle. 3 minutes and 50 or so seconds across the line, plus the additional lap. So time is getting thin, but this is where tyre life will be critical and drivers will start to make some big mistakes. Rigby in 4th position, ahead of Edgar, then Bolton, Watts, Algieri and Pearson struggling to keep up with them at the moment. Through the hairpin. And so far so good for Theo Makuris. He's hanging on to it. Meanwhile, further back, Rigby trying to hang on. And that's Dan Bolton making his move. Dan Bolton trying to get side by side with Rigby. Rigby hangs on. Bolton trying to come around the outside of Bruno Chicane. Not going to get the move done. Now their big jostles for position are going to take place in that run, especially for these guys. Most of them fully aware of the fact that the leading 3 have well and truly gone. So in terms of the championship fight, Rigby would still be the championship leader if it ended like this, but Greenall would now be only 4 points behind him. So for Greenall, a win would make his life much easier to fight for the title. Theo Makuris with a win would be on 234, Watts would be on 233, Harrison on 230, so still ridiculously close in Mini X30. Up to Bruno Chicane. Theo Makuris still runs in front of Oliver Greenall and Bart Harrison. Rigby has now finally got back into 4th place on Jessica Edgar. Dan Bolton looking likely to challenge both of them as they go down the hanger straight, side by side. Rigby versus Edgar, not a lot of space. Edgar gets through, Bolton gets through. Rigby squeezed back down to 6th position. Not good for his championship aspirations as he loses a couple more points there. But Makuris still hangs on in front of Greenall. Then it's Harrison. Look at the gap back to 4th position. Their squabble has well and truly broken the leaders clear. So Edgar in 4th place in front of Bolton and Rigby. The leaders have yet to start their proper battle for victory. They've still got 2 minutes plus the additional lap to play out. But Greenall is not going for an overtake at all on Theo Makuris. He's being wise. He's being very deliberate here. Staying in 2nd place, edging Theo Makuris away with him so that they can have the only challenge for the victory. It looks like it's going to be between these two. Bart Harrison, even in 3rd place, is now struggling to stay with them as he slowly starts to drift away. But Oliver Greenall's not going to go for that overtaking move until they hit the penultimate lap. You can sense he's just dialing down the laps. He's counting down the time. 1:30 plus the additional lap. Behind them, it's now Rigby in fourth from Bolton, Jess Edgar. Then it's Algieri ahead of Watts and Pearson. No moves from Greenall yet. He's still sat in there behind Theo Mercouris, waiting for the lunge. Bruno Chicane, nice and tidy. Gets the kart nicely stopped through the S's. Back down to the hanger straight. Up towards hanger corner. He's not going to go for the move yet, but he is definitely dialing Theo Mercouris in. He's trying to keep the crop promotion driver guessing. But Theo Mercouris leads here in front of Oliver Greenall, and now they're going to have just about 3 laps to go by the look of it. And now he's going to make the move on the inside. Greenall dives in at park bend. Lovely job from Oliver Greenall. He takes the lead. Now, what can Theo Mercouris do in response as the battle further back is raging, and Alfie Rigby's dropped right the way down the order. So Rigby has dropped down to 9th position. This is heaven sent for Greenall, disastrous for Rigby. Greenall now leads the championship if it stays like this. Even a 2nd place would make him the championship leader over Alfie Rigby by 1 point. That he wants to win, and he's got the lead of the race now. Theo Mercouris still trying to get him. They come into Wilkins. Oliver Greenall needs to stay as focused as he can. Even a 2nd place finish with Rigby down in 9th would be enough to take the lead of the championship, but Greenall doesn't want that. He wants the victory. They've got 2 laps to go as he crosses the line. Greenall is in ultra defense mode, and here comes Bart Harrison. Harrison's caught up to them already. Dan Bolton's now 4th in front of Algieri, Edgar, Watts, Pearson and Rigby. Down to the inside of the hairpin, and that's Greenall and Mercouris hanging on in front of Bart Harrison. Harrison's going to try and make the lunge down the runway straight. Up into Bruno, into the chicane. Greenall hangs on from Mercouris and Harrison. Harrison's getting impatient. A lap and a half to go. They're dialing it in, down the back straight, up towards hanger corner. Theo Mercouris is going to try and make his move on the inside line, but round the outside of Mercouris comes Harrison. Is he going to get the line off the turn? Not quite. 1 lap to go, and it's 3 of them for the victory. Greenall, Mercouris, Harrison, here they go. The 2 leaders protecting the inside line. Harrison trying to switch in and then get the switch back out of Cafe. Not going to happen. Greenall holds on from Mercouris and Harrison. Bolton looks good for 4th in front of the rest of the pack. Here they go, down to the braking zone, sweeping out wide. Mercouris trying to go round the outside of Greenall, and Harrison's going to get them both. Harrison sweeps through to the lead. Bart Harrison has taken the lead on the last lap of the race. He puts himself right in prime position. Oliver Greenall's going to try one more time on his teammate as they come up towards Wilkins. But 2nd position will be enough for Greenall to take the lead of the championship. But Bart Harrison crosses the line and wins at Shennington. Brilliant from Bart Harrison. What an opportunistic victory. And that has kick-started his Mini X30 campaign in fantastic style in 2019. Bart Harrison has done the business. What a victory. 2nd place for Oliver Greenall, and he is now the new championship leader by 1 point. Theo Mercouris is 2nd, and he is just 2 points off the championship lead now. Dan Bolton is 4th in front of Olivia Algieri and Jessica Edgar. Luke Watts is 7th in front of Ed Pearson. Alfie Rigby, a very disappointing 9th position from him. 10th place for Alfie Baxter Davies from Gabriel Stilp, Evan Brown, Aidan Lyne, Antonio Sofronio, JJ Russell and Ashton Parsons. Drama, thy name is Mini X30.
For Bart Harrison, it's a fairy tale victory at Shennington, with Oliver Greenall and Theo Mercouris solidly on the podium, and the championship fight red hot.
Yeah, it was a good race. I got away at the beginning of it, and then Ollie pushed me away sort of until the last 2 laps. Then he got past me. Then he started defending, which let Bart catch back up to us. And then I tried it around the outside on the last lap. I messed up a bit, but at P3, I mean, it's all right, but we could definitely do better next time. So, yeah.
I went into lead with about 2-3 laps to go and started defending. Then Bart managed to get the switch back on both of us. So
These 2 pushed together to get away from me, but then they started scrapping at the end, so I was able to get the cut back on the last lap.